Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. After learning that they received an A on their paper, Holly and Tate immediately begin making out on today's episode of Days of Our Lives. Holly is abruptly aware that she needs to hurry in order to complete her Christmas shopping before the stores close. She rushes out to shop after they are thrilled to spend their first Christmas together. Aaron then stops by, and Tate informs him that they received an A on the group project that Aaron did not contribute to. After more discussion, Aaron tells Tate about his mother and that he would be traveling from Salem to Vancouver for a short visit. Until after winter break, anyway. Aaron is happy that Holly and Tate are back together, and they both say they will miss one another. So far, they say goodbye and give each other hugs. Days as they converse in front of the Christmas tree at John and Marlena's apartment, Tate points to Aaron. Leo encounters Holly in the square and begins to talk endlessly while explaining that he doesn't really have any pals and that all of his shopping has been for himself. However, he was at least passable this year. Leo finds out that Tate and Holly are no longer a hidden couple when Holly gives him a gift. Leo foresees that the issues won't be resolved just soon, however, after Holly tells him about the turmoil in Sofia. Most fairy tales don't last, much like his bond to Javi. The hard part comes now that she and Tate are back together, despite his assurances that he's cheering them on. Merry Christmas, nevertheless, he sincerely hopes they make it. Holly is left to sigh alone as he flees. When JJ arrives home to the Horton residence, Julie chastises him for running off with that nightmare, Gabby Hernandez, not for missing Doug's memorial. He tells Julie that Gabby put her life in danger to support him and Chad. She tells him it's great that he thinks the best of individuals like her, Doug, but don't force her to discuss Gabby's attempted murder of her. All right, I won't. Days in the Horton residence, Julie leans forward and introduces JJ to Doug while holding his arm. As soon as Doug enters the room, they begin discussing Abigail, the time capsule, and the lost jewelry. Julie gladly presents him to JJ, who offers to give Doug a tour of the area. Julie tells JJ more about the stolen necklace before they leave, and they start discussing how it's similar to Leo stealing Abigail's jewelry and trying to sell it. After requesting additional information about Leo, Doug becomes thoughtful. He claims that he must run and that he must accompany JJ on the tour tomorrow. JJ questions Julie about the necklace as Doug departs. She hasn't made a police call. Turning Steven over to the police is not worth it because it's only a piece of jewelry. In addition, he has the same right to the necklace as the other Hortons. Javi is thrilled to see Gabby at home, and she doesn't waste any time in telling him about her Canadian experience. Javi picks up on JJ's concern for Gabby, just like you do about him, from the story. Gabby maintains that there are no sentiments and that Clyde, not JJ, was the focus of the entire incident. However, Javi persists until she acknowledges that she and JJ were once more than friends but that their relationship ended long ago. As he converses with Gabby, who is sipping a glass of wine, Days Javi is astonished. However, he can't let it go after learning that they shared a room and a bed. He insists on seeing JJ's photo, so Gabby sends it to him on her phone. A shocked Javi tells her he's gorgeous. What is the issue? When Gabby acknowledges that JJ brought up the idea of getting together, Javi encourages her to get in touch with him and start the process. He even goes so far as to swipe her phone and send JJ a text on her behalf. As Chad speaks to Abigail's vacant tomb, Kat appears in the cemetery. When Jack and Jen tell her where to look for him, she changes her mind and wants to flee since she feels like she's bothering them. She is stopped by Chad to inquire about any updates regarding her mother. Nothing, but at least she was able to see all of her siblings again. Including Mark. Although Chad is a little uneasy, Kat reassures him that Mark won't pursue him once more. She is taking the kids up to Vancouver to visit their mother because he will be in prison for a short time. All she wanted to do was leave. As the concert comes to a close, JJ beams as he receives Gabby's text message expressing her want to have a drink. He smiles as he puts the phone down and assures Julie it's simply a work issue. Gabby is upset about what Javi did when she gets back to her house, but he reassures her to wait. A text message is sent back. JJ recommends a drink for evening. Days as he and Kat converse in the cemetery near Abigail's tomb, Chad wears a small smile. Chad is pleased for Kat because, despite everything that has happened to them, they are largely doing well. Given how she and Mark have harmed him, Kat is moved and grateful to him. She apologizes, and Chad accepts her apology. Clyde was at fault. She leaves Chad alone and bids goodbye uncomfortably, unsure if they will see each other again. "Wherever you are, I love you," he says Abigail before leaving for home. When Kat arrives at the pub, she sighs and remembers telling Chad that she still loves him. After Aaron arrives, they go to pick up Felicity and proceed to the airport. Leo returns to his room and hears a knock on the door. The person attempting to sell the necklace is Doug. Finally, Tate ends the call with Holly, who is a little uneasy after Leo's warning. A knock is heard, and Tate answers. "I need to talk," says Sophia as she enters, adding, "I'm pregnant." In case you missed it, you can read the complete account of today's recap here. But the point is, today's episode modified things a bit for the better, we hope. Doug was seen rushing to Leo to sell the necklace in the weekly preview. Without any background information, it was simple to speculate that after meeting Leo, Steven would have given him information about where to dispose of the stolen goods. What was Steven's motivation? According to one interpretation, the new Doug is actually Spencer, Steven's son. According to the theory, the father and son have been collaborating to fence and pilfer the stolen necklace. It is not insurmountable. However, we don't really know Spencer's age, and Steven wasn't sure who his mother was. He wouldn't likely be as young as this new Doug, though. Another possibility is that Doug is just a total stranger. Hope never saw a picture of Doug, even though she verified his claims online. Perhaps his cellmate was released from prison, but not the real Doug. He could have taken on Doug's grandson's identity, learned everything he could from him, and then traveled to Salem to, well, that's the big question. It's not as though anyone planned to steal the jewelry in advance. There is a whole other shoe waiting to drop if Doug isn't who he claims to be, including why he is there and what he desires. In any case, it might all be in Leo's control now, God willing. There wasn't much to do as long as Doug was sitting on the necklace. However, he might have just made a critical mistake that will reveal him. Steven's name will be immediately cleared if Leo does the right thing and tells the Hortons where the jewelry is, rather than fencing it or even just turning Doug away. Additionally, Doug's extended family will forgive him if he is who he claims to be. That's the way things are in Salem. Everything can be forgiven. If he isn't, the truth will undoubtedly out once he is exposed. There will be so much mistrust and examination of him that people will discover the truth, even if he doesn't reveal who he is.